Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Scrub Cup Wildcard. We have a fantastic match in store for you this evening. Not Right Gaming will be taking on Terrible Twos in this upper qualifier. This is Group B. There's been some trash talk between these two teams. I don't think it's been like directly to each other, but it's been out there. It was last stream when the Terrible Twos swept the Bandits. They said they were coming back. Now, the last time these two teams played, it went to Game 7. It was an excellent series. Can we expect something similar today, Chase?
I think so. I mean, we saw terrible twos a couple days ago against the Bandits. They looked phenomenal, especially K Dogs. I'm ready to see him tonight. And Nara Gaming, they won their series against Justified Scare very easily, in my opinion. They just looked like an overall really good team. So I'm ready for tonight. You want to start us off with predictions though?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough for me, honestly. Like, I'm thinking about this right. I'm gonna let you go first because I still genuinely I don't know. I'm
Okay.
Let me think about it for another second.
I
Start
got
off.
my
I want to
answer.
hear
I'm
you. I want to
ready.
hear your thoughts first. Okay, I want to hear
I'm
your thoughts.
ready.
Go ahead.
Tonight will be the night we see Professor Pie absolutely go off. Terrible Twos are going to win it in 7. I'm saying it's going to go back to game 7. Terrible Twos take it.
So I agree with you half half. All right. I think it's gonna be a good 7 game series, but I've got it going the
No.
other way, bro. Not Right Gaming, bro.
No.
Listen, man,
You're
they
taking
have been
them.
playing very well. They won, or they lost in the Game 7 last time, so that gives them more motivation, to win against this team. They know what's at stake here. The team that wins, they're in. They're into the top 8 of the Scrub Cup playoffs. The team that loses here, they're going to have to fight against a hungry team in the lower bracket for that final spot in their group. And I don't think either of these teams want to be in that position, even though I think they're going to have a good chance.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad seeing another rematch between Bandits and Terrible Twos if that was to happen. But I never am wrong as a predictor, so
I feel like you're wrong quite often, but hey, whatever. We'll see.
no,
Let's see
I'm
what's
never
happening.
wrong, bro. I'm never wrong.
Hey, I
But
mean, okay, so long as the series goes to 7, I don't care if I'm right or wrong. You know what
exactly,
I mean?
no, I mean, I want it to go game 7 overtime. That's the real thing here.
Yeah, right.
Who doesn't?
Well, I mean, what a match we have here in front of us here. It's getting started here. I hope it lives up to the hype. Let's get into it. Game 1 is underway. Let's get into it. K-Dogs and Professor Pie on one end.
Oh,
Shot early. Prowler with a save. Prowler and Fancy. These are some guys who they've had their ups and downs this season, but they're here now. Who's going to step up on this stage?
let's
Prowler. He's
see.
going to hit that high.
Professor
Tries to
Pie.
get that down. Good touch from Professor Pie there. Fancy now he hits it over to the sidewall. Good 50 from Fancy. That's going to go right over to the Terrible Two's corner. K-Dog's now continuing it. Low shot gets away from him. Prowler, he'll play control. Fancy with the dribble.
Ooh,
Good
what a
quick
dunk.
challenge from Professor Pie. Here's a chance, but no. He's just going to keep possession instead.
And here
K-Dog's actually a
comes
little awkward.
here's Prowler trying to get that early challenge in, and Professor Pie now has a lot of time on the right side here, and Fancy gets a good dunk. Now into the corner, and now K-Dog's taking control. And we know he's dangerous with the ball, so
Uh-oh.
now our gaming's got to be careful, and that's a just wide over there. Professor
A
Pie
little
now.
lucky that went off the bar there. They left that wide gaping gap in their rotation. Can't let that happen again.
As I'm right into this game now. Pretty even team so far. I mean, we can see a couple of opportunities here
Here we
coming
go.
out from Terrible Twos, and now our gaming's defense just on lockdown right now. And Prowler trying to get a good flick there, but K Dog shoots an early challenge on him. And Professor Pie trying to go up for
Ooh,
that. Not a good whiff there. There comes Fancy on the 1v1. Trying to pass it to
what a
Prowler, and that's a
save.
great save
Oh
from
my
K Dogs.
goodness.
And that's an open net for Professor Pie, but it's just wide as well. Good
These
touch
teams
from
are feeling
Fancy.
each other out, but they're still playing aggressive, and I like it. Prowler puts a deep
That's a good
shot on.
beat,
Oh, he'll
and
score!
there it is. First goal of the series. Prowler beats out Professor Pie. Professor Pie kind of caught in, no man's land there, trying to play aggressive, and then Prowler just sends it downfield and gets a good beat, and that is 1-0 for Not Right Gaming.
It was a nice play by the team there. I honestly, I thought they were going to score on that passing play previously, but they were able
K-Dogs
to
came
get
up
it in
clutch
either
there.
way.
And here we go again. Great defense there from K-Dogs. Now he's a little boost, and Professor Pie kind of leaves it for him. And Prowler hits it off to the backboard. Now Professor Pie setting it downfield, but Fancy declines that. And
Nice read there from K-Dogs.
It's a good play to just dribble in there, take his time. Doesn't need to bang it out. Professor Pie trying to come in and get involved. Prowler trying to get another early shot, and there it is.
Boom.
Again. Prowler having a good game one.
K-Dogs is just a little bit flat-footed here. He's off balance. He's mid-flip right here. Prowler recognizes that. He kind of stops up, loses his momentum. He's got boost in the tank, so that's why he did that. Prowler, he recognizes it. He switches, goes against the grain, and he's able to put that in behind him.
Yeah, just well over. Just a good play there from Prowler, knowing him, and he's one of the better players in this lobby. He knows what he's doing. Here comes K-Dogs, though, trying to get a dribble going. Professor Pie could have been challenging that, but decides not to, and Prowler is going to take dribble, but Professor Pie, what a dunk
50.
there. And then we're going to see more. We have to see more from Professor Pie in those kind of plays, just shutting down Not Right Gaming, allowing K-Dogs to open up and get those offensive pressures going.
Yeah, got to be careful there. Professor Pie, he's playing aggressive right now, and I think you like that at the midfield, but you've got to be careful with those challenges. Choose them wisely, because if you do it at the wrong time, you don't want to leave your teammate 2-on-1.
Little team bump there. Could have been bad, but Prowler just wasn't expecting it. And now trying to get a pass on the Fancy, and there it is again. I mean, K-Dogs coming up clutch on the goal line. What again from those passing plays, but those are looking dangerous, and I'm sure they will score one of those this series.
Here we go. Prowler's up. He's trying to get that double touch.
That's a really good touch from K-Dogs.
Nothing of it. Professor Pie has an open net. Can he turn it in? Fancy's awkward. Oh, he puts it into his own net. Was that even going in? That may have been barred down. Hard to tell.
I think that was in. I think that was in. Let's see here. Yeah, that was clear in.
Yeah, I had a different angle as a spectator there. I respect Fancy for going for it, and I mean, hey, good shot from the Terrible Twos. Way to put pressure on them. You can never go wrong with a shot on net.
I mean, you can see that play overall started from the double commit there from Fancy and Prowler, and K-Dogs getting a really good defensive touch, but still.
Good demo.
Good
counter spawn, wow. That was an unfortunate spawn there for the Terrible Twos. I think that demo play opened up some space, and then Prowler just spawns right on the ball. Tough break for the Terrible Twos.
Now Prowler.
Final minute.
Sitting it downfield. Yeah, we got a final minute.
Coming up.
The Terrible Twos come back from this goal disadvantage? Now K-Dogs trying to send it middle, but Professor Pie comes in, playing it off the corner.
Heads up, heads up.
And there it is. K-Dogs coming in, but Prowler. What a save. That was really close, and that's a good opportunity from the Terrible Twos, and now it's on target.
Yeah.
Now
wipe a brow of sweat off their heads, but it's not over yet. Pressure continues.
Oh, what a 50. Prowler, what a land. Oh, whoa. My.
Call it lucky, whatever you want. Prowler was there to make the play. And now Terrible Twos, after some good offensive pressure, still reeling here.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Almost an own goal there.
Be careful there.
And these last couple minutes. Oh wait, is this the goal?
Fancy. He's gonna put this in. I need to rewatch this because I don't even know what happened. It's my job to analyze the play, and I don't exactly. Where did he go?
I guess Professor Pie tried to dive there.
Yeah. I have to watch that again. I literally thought I saw someone there, and then they weren't there. I don't know. Strange play from the Terrible Twos there. But now it's a 2-goal deficit. That may do it for game one.
And there it is. And, Fancy puts in another one.
Professor Pie, yeah, he turns off the ball here. I mean, he's just like, we got to create something on offense, so he turns off, hoping K-Dogs has that boost, and he can just maybe get him a pass or something. Outlet pass, but doesn't turn out to work in their favor.
Yeah, and it seems like, I mean, unless we see the best comeback in history, this is game one over. And
I don't think I've seen 3 goals in 15 seconds. I've seen 3 goals
I've seen
in
it in RLCS.
50 seconds.
I've seen it in RLCS scrims.
I remember, bro. I remember Space Station did something crazy like that. Early COVID. But that's going to do it for game one here.
Game one.
Not Right Gaming started off strong.
I mean, looking into game two, obviously this game was neck and neck until the last couple seconds here until, teams had to get desperate. But, I mean, Not Right Gaming, their offensive play looked good. Their defense also looked good. Terrible Twos, their offense was outstanding in my opinion. I mean, K-Dogs was coming up clutch on defense, but Professor Pie was the man who's playing aggressive, but that aggression sometimes led to overcommits, and that's where I think Not Right Gaming took advantage in that game.
Well, this game, scoreline wise, was close to the end just because Terrible Twos alone, they were playing well enough to the point where they were still in the game. But in my opinion, Not Right Gaming, they controlled this game from start to finish. They were playing their style of Rocket League and enforcing it from the second the ball was hit on the first kickoff. This has got to change if the Terrible Twos want to win. They need to start doing what they do best, right? I think I think they did really well with controlling a slower pace game. I think Not Right Gaming like to play a little bit faster. I don't know if you agree with me on that. So to me, for Terrible Twos, take your time, slow it down. We saw them try to do that early in the game. It didn't work, and they kind of got away from it, and they tried to catch up to Not Right Gaming by playing their game, and they paid for it.
I mean, yeah, I mean that was perfectly said. I mean, Not Right Gaming, obviously, I agree with you. They like to play their fast game, obviously, because these two are teammates. I know them. They play in their Grand Champ lobbies, and then they play fast compared to compared to the Terrible Twos in my opinion. But they definitely had control in that last game. But let's see if they can carry on to game two. K-Dogs gonna start us off here in the corner. Gets it past Fancy and gets a really good 50. Can this be an open net for Professor Pie?
He's got to turn that in there, or at least get a shot chance on net. Fancy had a good recovery though.
I mean, yeah, and K-Dogs set up that play really nicely, and Professor Pie just didn't look like he expected it. That's a mistouch there.
I want to see K-Dogs go for that demo there. Have trust in Professor Pie that he'd be able to finish that play. Going for the demo on that, you're going to create a good opportunity playing physical like that.
Yeah, and we saw Terrible Twos actually go against physical gameplay, I feel like, against the Bandits. I mean,
right.
Lemony was playing very physical in that series, and they just stride through it. I mean, they had it down. So if maybe they can do that on Not Right Gaming.
Oh, and Fancy's gonna put in the first goal of the game, and he's got quite a grip on this team here.
And K-Dogs try to get the save there, and he's got a little bit too far out of a touch, and Fancy read that really well and put a shot on target where Professor Fly could not save it. And there is the first goal.
Perfect start if you're Not Right Gaming. Couldn't ask for much more. Professor Pie, he needs to step up. Good attempt there from Not Right Gaming. I like that. Early. Oh man, that's frustrating right there because Professor Pie turned on it. A little bit of communication there. That's a good chance.
Yeah, and Fancy. He's just been looking great this series, in my opinion, offensively and defensively. There's a good shot on target there. Professor Pie got away with that one. And that's a good clear to send downfield now. K-Dogs. Trying to send up high. Prowler in the corner. Controlling that. And K-Dogs will shut that down. Now starting a dribble of his own. Gets a good 50. Now Professor Pie beats out Prowler to that. Gets a really good 50 on that. Now could this be a shot from K-Dogs?
What a shot.
That is just perfect placement there. And Fancy couldn't get back to it. I mean,
we knew it was happening here when K-Dogs went for that. I think it might have been an unconventional way that he went for that. But the right speed too much for Not Right Gaming though. Now this game's not
I will say though, you're lagging a bit for me. I don't know if that's just my side, but the internet connection is not good right here for you.
How we doing? Good now?
Now it's better. I mean, I can still hear it a little bit, but moving on to the gameplay wise, Fancy trying to get a good, and that's a great shot from Professor Pie. Let me shut up about Fancy. I'm talking about Professor Pie. I mean, that's a good play. Setting it up on the wall. Fancy didn't get a good touch off the wall, and Professor Pie just reads that, catching Prowler not in that. And there it is. They take the lead. First lead of this series for them.
Not Right Gaming, just a little bit out of sorts there. A little bit confused on defense. And, hey, man, good for Not Right Gaming, or good for Terrible Twos to capitalize on that, rather.
Yeah, and here he goes. Professor Pie, I feel like he's had a really good game, too, here. And K-Dogs, can he beat Fancy to that? Yes, he can. Now Prowler, sending it up to the backboard. Professor Pie, big whiff there. And then Prowler kind of misses the ball, which fakes out K-Dogs, and they're going to put that one in, tying the series up. And how could they just not wait a second longer?
1 second away.
From having...
Especially on this play, too, you have all the time in the world, man. Just one more second, let that bounce. No, but good job for Not Right Gaming to get that shot in. Obviously, an overcommit from the Terrible Twos, but capitalizing on the mistakes here, that's the big thing here. Both teams have done well. Which team's going to start to clean it up, though? That's going to be the team who wins more than likely.
Yeah, and in my personal opinion, if you're a championship contender team, control these games really well, and you know how to do a lot of things. And Outright Gaming has just done better job this series, but I still have my faith in the Terrible Twos. I still have them. Here we go, Professor Pie to the wall. Now Prowler hitting it off to the corner, and K-Dogs gets a touch out. Now Fancy gets a little
Here
bit
we
missing,
go.
though. Can this be a chance? Fancy trying to get a 15. Professor Pie a little bit wide there on the shot, and K-Dogs. It's a good touch. Prowler, though, beats him out. Now Fancy in a 1v1 with Professor Pie. He's looked good. Sends it up high. Professor Pie. That rhymed. And there it is.
Commit.
K-Dogs. He's going to put it in the open net, and that was just a beautiful touch to get it past two of them.
You knew it as soon as you saw it. You got two guys going for the same ball. K-Dogs makes a nice touch, and just like that, one little mistake, and you're down by a goal with 1:25 left. Hey, if anyone can do it, it's these Not Right Gaming fellows over here. They have been scoring goals at will throughout these first two games.
Oh,
that's
wait.
not what you want. Open
That's a
net for
mistake.
Propeller.
Oh, Professor
big
Pie.
save. Professor Pie coming up huge there.
And that's what you need to see from him, especially moving on in this series. Professor Pie being that man to clean up the mistakes.
Oh, no.
That could have even helped him a bit more, but,
Oh, big miss from Professor Pie. Now Night Right Gaming going the other way. Will they pay for that? Not exactly yet.
Oh, there it is.
And here
Another whiff, and Professor Pie won't miss this one.
Terrible twos. Look at them. They played hard this game. Not Right Gaming. They didn't necessarily have a bad game. Just mistakes like that right there. Giving up free goals. I think that's like 3 of their 4 goals have been to like just bad mistakes from Not Right Gaming. You can clean that up for sure, but I like the adjustment here from the Terrible Twos in this game. I think they have played better as a whole.
There it is again. Another overcommit and another open net for K-Dogs.
Yeah, that right there, that's just the desperation. You're just trying to make a play here. And I think K-Dogs, he knows that. He knows that when you're down 2 goals, you're probably going to go for it, You only got a minute left to score 2. You're going to want to get every chance you got. So good play from K-Dogs there.
Yeah, and one thing I do want to know about this series is, we're only 2 games in, but still, K-Dogs has been limited. I don't even think I've seen him go for 1 air dribble, and we know how dangerous he is. And Not Right Gaming probably looked into this series looking to stop K-Dogs from that, and that's a good shot. We're still in this game here. We got 35 seconds left, but yeah.
It's not over just yet. One thing off of a kickoff, maybe they put in a goal. You want to get it in like 5 to 15 seconds if you're Not Right Gaming to give yourself at least a fighting chance. And here it is.
And Professor Pie, that's a really good shot.
Woo!
And this is just goal after goal right now.
Yep, they closing the door. Professor Pie, he's playing well tonight. At least here in game 2. If he can continue that, this is going to be a tough series for Not Right Gaming.
You come into this expecting a game 7. Look at this. We look like we have a game 7 upcoming. Nope. This is just goal after goal.
Okay, guys, come on.
Come on. This is over. Come on. You're not scoring another goal.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying, come on, man. They keep giving us hope that there could potentially be a comeback. And, 25 seconds left for
no
2
comeback
goals.
is happening. No comeback. K-Dogs ain't going to let that happen. My boy K-Dogs ain't going to let that happen.
I respect it, man. I respect it. But
Trust
you
me.
can't.
Here
we go.
He's a dark horse
in there.
MVP
2-on-1. The air dribble.
Wait a second.
It's not over just yet.
It's not
over. Has something to say. He's got something to say. With 18 seconds left, the deficit has been cut to 1. You can't give
Professor
up 3
Pie.
goals in the final 50 seconds. You can't do it.
Professor Pie tried to get up to it, but Fancy's just, super mechanical
go.
play there. And oh my goodness.
K-Dogs.
K-Dogs.
Kickoff's going in their favor. No way. Prowler.
They did it. They did
Professor
it.
Pie. I thought this game was over. How many goals was that?
That's got to be at least 4, I think. 1 from Terrible Twos, which is what you would think was
It's
over.
5
They were
total. 4 from the Not Right Gaming, 1 from Terrible Twos. And here we go. Can they win it in regulation?
No way!
Oh my goodness!
This is
What a
holy
collapse!
crap.
The biggest collapse I've seen potentially ever in the Arlo State history. I have never
They
seen
just
a
let up
three-goal lead
4
turn
goals
into a
in
one-goal
20
deficit.
seconds. They just let
Oh
up
my
4 goals
goodness.
in like 15 seconds.
The
You
defense is just
cannot-
completely left.
You
Where is
cannot
it?
have that happen, and it's the kickoff factor. We've seen it before, and it's coming out
You
again.
called it. You said K-Dog's not letting it happen, and look at who
Oh,
won this
I
game.
am shocked. You know what? Props to Not Right Gaming. That was one of the most unreal comebacks I think I've ever seen.
Like, you can't make that up.
And
That
you
is
know,
unbelievable.
props to them making the comeback, but that should not have happened. Let's be honest. You're up 6-3 with 30 seconds left. And you're now looking
No.
You're looking
It should not have happened.
You're looking at this scoreboard. Now you lost the game 7. I mean, no, man. I mean, kickoff goals. I mean, sure, you get 1 or 2, you feel confident in this game, but 3, 4?
So they were up 3 goals with 25 seconds left. I don't care what excuse you have. That is an inexcusable toss of.
And I'm gonna say right now, that's not a championship play. You're not gonna win a
No.
championship if you.
Well,
if
it
you
is a
let that
championship
happen.
play from one of those teams.
And that's
from
not
the
right gaming. I mean, well played.
like killer instinct there. Okay, but not only did they blow the lead, right? That's one part of it. But they lost it in regulation, right? At least if you blow the 3-goal lead, you go to overtime, you can regroup, and you can come in and prove that you still deserve to win that game. But they went and lost it in regulation. You can't do that. Terrible twos. This 2-0 deficit is going to feel much, much deeper just because of that. That's a mental loss right there.
That is, and I was gonna point on that. The mental. You can say whatever you want, but terrible twos are not in a good place mentally after that. I mean, if they win this game, sure, they can regroup it, but man, it is not looking good going into game 3. But let's see if we can change our mind here off this attack. And Professor Pie trying to get things started. Get the touch up 1. Just trying to be aggressive right now, and I'm liking it. Now Prowler passing it down to Fancy. We've seen the team passing plays, and he balls up K-Dog. Still no boost, but it's just going to be a walk in the net. Where is Professor Pie on the defense?
I don't know. K-Dogs is there. He cuts early. Professor Pie's coming in late. No boost around, but Fancy with 0 boost, able to get past both defenders. You don't want that to happen. The defense from Terrible Twos has been, well, terrible in these past couple of minutes.
I mean, I still can't get over the fact of that comeback. I'm still thinking about it, but moving on, another pass there from Prowler to Fancy. I mean, this is some
nice pinch there from K-Dogs.
He's sending it downfield, trying to get a shot on, but Prowler will deny him. That's a great demo from Fancy. Can this be an open net? That's a good spawn there from Professor Pie, forcing Prowler to flick, and that's a great save from K-Dogs. But Fancy, not over yet. Professor Pie coming up big. Gets a shot on. K-Dogs is there. Prowler trying to put it in. And there it is. 2-0.
The defense was holding tight for a little bit. It was bend but don't break, but they eventually broke. Prowler, you got 2 people in the air. Professor Pie can't recover in time, and that's going to be a 2-goal deficit. Minute 10 in.
Off kickoff now. Let's see. Professor Pie, can he miss a kickoff yet again? Yes, he can. I'm sorry, Professor, but you deserve it. Here we go. K-Dogs with the dribble. Gets past 1. We've seen this before. The 1v2 potential here from K-Dogs is unreal. And here comes Fancy. No boost, but Professor Pie trying to get something working. But Prowler with enough boost to get this to the other way. Now, K-Dogs with control in front of the goal line. And Professor Pie kind of didn't really trust his teammate there, but that's a good demo from K-Dogs. Now here to go. Professor Pie to K-Dogs. K-Dogs, that's not a good shot. Now a 1v2 opportunity here from Not Right Gaming. K-Dogs trying to get back, and he does. And Professor Pie gets a really good touch out. Prowler going for boost, and he does get it. Good save there.
Shot just wasn't enough. It was a great pass from Professor Pie. But K-Dogs, he was up so early for that he had no momentum on his vehicle. So by the time he made contact with the ball, it was weak. Here's a chance now. Fancy with a nice touch into the corner.
Yeah, Fancy. He's been having a great series himself offensively, and I'm still looking at him. I mean, he's been great. But
yeah, no doubt.
Now it's time for K-Dogs. He's trying to get physical. I've said it before. They need to get physical gameplay, and I feel like they could Potentially turn the
Here
series
we go.
around.
Demo Fancy. Put that shot on, Professor Pie. He needs that. It's going to be high.
Now Prowler sending it downtown.
Good
Fancy.
demo.
Trying to just stall out time for his teammate to respawn. Now Professor Pie trying to put one down. It's
Uh-oh.
across net, but Fancy has control. Now can we see a passing play yet again? Fancy letting this drop, popping it down.
Good beat there from Professor Pie. He's going to follow this up. K-Dog's can
K-Dog's trying to get
What a
it.
save from Fancy.
I mean, he was awkward there. And also a low boost, but doesn't matter. Great save there. Now he gets a demo. He's trying to get another one. K-Dogs reads it well, though. And that's a really good 50. Now we got to see a goal here. And I'm ready for it. K-Dogs gets the demo. Professor Pie, no!
That was not going in. It was nowhere near it. Professor Pie had completely missed the follow-up. But I don't... Oh, my goodness.
Oh
Prowler
my.
had no idea. Oh, my goodness.
I mean, sometimes,
unfortunate.
you know, the saying is, sometimes being bad is good. And we just
It's
saw
better to be lucky than good.
I mean, why not?
That's very tough there for Fancy, but Prowler's there to bail him out. He'll be able to hold possession. Good challenge from K-Dogs. Professor Pie now, he's going to get up to that 50 there on Prowler now. He'll take possession. K-Dogs one man to beat. Big time save. Barely got a chip off of that ball, but that's all he needed. Professor Pie, he'll back down. Double commit there from Not Right Gaming. K-Dogs, can he turn this around? And can Not Right Gaming get a comeback of their own? They don't need 3 goals. All they need is 1. Let's see what they have in the tank in this final minute.
Here we go. Prowler trying to get a shot on it.
Oh, sir.
K-Dogs trying to get a challenge there, and as soon as he tried to fake challenge, Prowler had flicked the ball, and that's a good shot there.
K-Dogs cut in a little too far, found himself in no man's land. At that point, it wasn't a challenge and it wasn't a fake. It was a little bit too easy for him. Puts it right in. 2 goals now. I guess we've technically seen crazier, so who knows?
Oh,
here we
Professor
go.
Pie trying to get a
Oh,
shot.
my goodness.
And
Gotta
K-Dogs.
bury that.
I really don't think he had the angle for it. And if so, Fancy is gonna just do that.
Ooh.
And we've seen that again. That air dribble, or I mean, it's not really an air dribble. It's just a wall shot, but he had his flip for so long. I will say.
And turned infinite flips on in Bacchus mod. I don't know about that one.
I mean, I think we have to go to game 3 replay. I mean, what happened there? Anyways,
Talk about things that what happened. Like what happened from like this time last game. We were talking about how great of a game Professor Pie was happening, and at this point last game, Terrible Twos were holding a 3-goal lead, and they were about to tie the series.
We
What
could see it
changed
again.
so quickly? What changed?
I mean, I think it was the kickoff, man. Professor Pie missed every single kickoff.
Right.
And there it was. I mean, Prowler winning the 50 or Fancy winning the 50 and both of them being ready. And may I say beforehand, K-Dogs read one of their desperate plays and he got a goal off it. And he didn't do that again. They were playing desperate and they still just came overboard.
Well,
and they did
what
it.
I'll say is, Professor Pie, I like what you said about that, but Professor Pie, right before they blew the lead, who scored a kickoff goal to put them back into that 3-goal lead? It was Professor Pie. He put a banger in the top bins. I don't understand how you can go from 0 to 0 so quickly, and now it's 3 to 0
Can we
in
see a
favor of
sweep?
Not Right Gaming.
Can we see a sweep this series? We had game 7s. What's going on here?
When you're playing on the main stage to qualify for the Scrub Cup playoffs, everything changes. Everything gets different, right? And I think maybe a part of it's Not Right Gaming. They are having a better day. I think both of them are playing excellent. Professor Pie had a tough game right there. I don't know. It's not over, though.
Now I'm going to say this before game 4. And
Game 7 is going to be tough here.
it needs to be said. You got to take one game at a time here, obviously, right? You're down 3-0. The mental's not there. You also come back in 30 seconds.
Yep.
What do you do? I think you go into this game. You feel confident in yourself. I think K-Dog, we need to see more from K-Dogs. K-Dogs, I mean, he's having a good series, but he's that main player. He needs to do more. And I just think the comms, and what I've seen, the comms are down. I've seen double commits happen from this team. They need to take this game. They have to go all or nothing. This is go big or go home right here.
Yep.
And
game 2 needs to be behind you. You got to come in with a fresh mindset. Take it one game. Just think of it. This is just one little game that you got to win here. And if you take that mindset, it can take you far. You know, just that mentality alone has gotten me quite a bit. You know, I'm pretty good at finding myself in deficits. So, you know, that mindset is extremely helpful. You got to just get back to the basics. You know, get back to what worked. What worked in that game too before the bad things happened. Get
Oh
back to that. Oh
no!
no!
And there it
Wasn't
is.
expecting a goal there. Not gonna lie.
And Prowler, it's a good touchdown, just right past K-Dogs and Fancy. Puts it right behind Professor Pie. I mean, what can you do? That's a great start from Not Right Gaming. They just have all the momentum, and you know, that's a great start. But don't let that get in your head as well. I mean, you've been down. You've been down 1 goal in the start of every game, and you know you've came back from before. I mean, it's just an everyday thing. Let's get right back into it. And now we go. Fancy. Trying to get a shot there. That's a good clear. But now Prowler trying to get one of his own. He's flying up to this. Kind of panicked there, and A-Dogs now has a 1v1. Trying to get a shot on, and Fancy.
Wow.
Beautiful save on the goal line there.
Nice play from Fancy. Good awareness on the defensive front. They got to keep going, though. K-Dog, she's going to put a shot on. Maybe a follow. I would have liked to see Professor Pie take that shot there. I know what K-Dogs is thinking. He's got to do it all right now.
Oh.
But you got your teammate right there, and now you're probably going to
concede. Oh, Fancy.
Oh, my.
He trolled that, I feel like. He went for the pre-flip. He went for the clip.
Well, I mean, it's just a simple mistake there. I don't know if he was trolling it or just a little bit of an unfortunate touch. But now, K-Dogs, he's going to have a chance. He puts it high, Professor Pie.
Professor Pie, you need to sink those. And it's just,
at least
he put it on target.
On.
He put on.
At least
put
some pressure on. It was the thing was rolling so slow.
Oh.
Bronze could have saved that. You got to put more speed on it.
I think a bump there from K-Dog. Seeing Fancy off the ball, obviously. You know, we've seen him in the air, and that's not good from K-Dogs. It's on the goal line, and there it is. Prowler finishing it up. And that's just a big whiff there from K-Dogs, and that's probably, you know, your mental is probably off the charts. Like, you're just not good right now.
This is where it gets tough. This is where it gets tough. This is where that experience comes in, right? You've got some unexperienced guys who are playing in their first seasons, and it's harder. When you get into these tough situations, it's much, much harder to be able to come back from it and to stay mentally strong. And they're just getting run over right now.
And, you know, obviously I can't say it's game yet, but just looking at this, I mean, momentum-wise, skill-wise, just how things are going right now, Not Right Gaming is that team. And I feel like we need to just see everything. I don't even think we've seen a shot yet, other than Professor Pie's.
No, they've had looks. They just haven't been able to get any of them to be meaningful looks. Professor Pie, he's got to do something here. To me, this Not Right Gaming team, I don't want to play them in the playoffs. I don't know who gets them.
I'm ready for them. I'm ready for them. I don't think
anyone wants. I think anyone would like. There's some other teams they'd rather play.
There it is. Here we go. We got half the game left.
It's not over, right?
It's not. I mean, it's nowhere near over.
If Not Right Gaming can win 3 games in a row, why can't Terrible Twos? If Not Right Gaming can have a 3-0 comeback, why can't a Terrible Twos? You know, that's just how you have to think. They're as good as this team here. They're just not playing it right now.
I'm expecting it to be 4-3 by the end of 2 minutes. That's my. I'm predicting. I really want that to happen, but
thankfully they've got more time than that.
I know.
Professor Pie, he's made some good plays just in that corner right there. Now getting it over to K-Dogs. Good little bump there.
There it is.
Big save from Prowler. That right there that's a momentum breaking, a back breaking save.
Yeah, I mean, you had the play. Professor Pie with the back pass to K-Dogs. He got it past one. And Prowler being that player today, I feel like. And here we go. K-Dogs and Professor Pie trying to get something working here. K-Dog's trying to just send it, get a touch back, and now he's got control on the wall. Trying to get over. Beats out Prowler. Fancy. Low boost. Does grab that 100, though. K-Dogs is now 0, and Fancy's going to take control of the ball. Now here comes Professor Pike trying just to get a touch. Fancy, that's not the touch he wanted. Now K-Dogs. Can he get a shot opportunity? Weak shot. Prowler's there for it. Professor Pie has to play this safe. He does. Now he's got a chance to do something for himself. Gets a touch past Fancy. This is a chance. But where is K-Dogs?
K-Dogs didn't bite there. I don't think he was expecting that miss. I don't blame him. I wasn't expecting that miss. It's hard at that point. But you've got to start playing aggressive at some point. When do you make that decision where you're like, we have
Oh,
to play
wait.
everything? Oh, my.
It's a missed touch there from Fancy, and K-Dogs is just going to put one in.
Routine
from
clear,
long
at least it
range.
should have been way out past the midfield near his own
Ooh.
box.
I don't think he got the
Fancy,
boost.
just unfortunate touch there.
I don't think he got the boost, and I think he was a little bit panicked there. And I mean, it's rough. We still have a goal
You
lead.
got 110. 110 left.
We've seen it happen this series.
Yes, we have.
I mean, not just one, but three. But here we go.
Uh-oh, now watch the waterfall.
And Fancy's not biting. He's playing it safe. He knows he doesn't need a goal. And, I mean, that's a smart play overall. And here we go. Prowler is trying to get a good 50 there. But in my opinion, I think Professor Pie won that one.
Here we go.
And then, wait, that's a goal! That's a goal! That's a goal! We seen it! We seen it! What a shot there from Professor Pie.
Not right gaming with a little small mishap in rotation. Fancy. He's playing a little aggressive. That's just a bad mistake there from Prowler. You're not in a position to support your teammate or defend against that shot right there. Mental error, and now you let him back into the game and the series.
And I feel like right now, Terrible Twos have the momentum. Can they just continue
Fancy's trying
this?
to kill it, though.
And he's not going to do it. Professor Pie, he's been having himself a series, and there it is. They're going to take the goal lead with 24
K-Dogs.
seconds left. K-Dogs and Professor Pie. What
Professor
a play there.
Pie, he's just making things happen in the midfield right here, and the ball goes straight back to K-Dogs. Not right gaming. They were playing so aggressive here, but I think we've learned anything.
Don't count
from
him out
the
yet.
series
Do not
is that
count him
it's
out yet.
not over. Is that it is most certainly not over. They need to hold on here.
No, it's going to happen again.
The K-Dogs, here we go. Prowler with a shot. K-Dogs, he's going to clear it out. In a bad spot here. Pass to the middle for Fancy. That's going to be high. Still dangerous here. Looming is not right gaming.
And K-Dogs
Clear from
get a good
K-Dogs.
clear.
Final 10 seconds.
He gets the 100 boost. He's trying to get another goal. But Fancy.
Fancy.
And it's a bomb.
Can they get this in? Oh my goodness, they gotta keep this up.
There's no boost.
With a big pinch towards the side. Professor Pie needs
Oh,
to
he
get it.
missed
Oh my goodness. It drops. Oh, you need to send someone for that. If you're not right gaming, you have to. You have to send someone for that.
Call
my
911.
goodness.
I'm going to have a heart attack. Oh my goodness.
And the Terrible Twos just stole game 4. Like, oh my goodness.
I mean, can we talk about how close in those final seconds was? I mean,
They should
finally,
have conceded, really.
Terrible Twos, hang on, but they just played absolutely. I mean, we've seen they were down 3-0 with 3 minutes left. They
Look who's
went
top
down
of the scoreboard.
3-0, and look at that. They came back. They won. They took it. They didn't let the mental block them. And here we are.
One
Game
at a time.
5 is forced, and you just got, like you said, take it one at a time. Like I said, this is all, this is go big or go home in this case, and they play like that. Professor Pie, beautiful plays in the midfield. K-Dogs obviously finishing the plays up, and Professor Pie, man, he's definitely looking like MVP for this series if the Terrible Twos win. I mean, he is just playing out of his mind right now. And I said if they want to win the series, Professor Pie has to be that guy. And look at this.
I don't know, man. K-Dogs, he may have finished second place on his team, but it was just by a couple points. I was just trying to say Professor Pie had an excellent game. He just needs to keep it up. The consistency is the only problem right now.
Ooh, they went for Spanish.
Creative kickoff there. K-Dogs, he's got a nice beat there. And Nara Gaming, they are playing at a different level of speed right now. Faster than one I think maybe they're even comfortable with.
There we go.
That's not what you
lingering
want, Professor Pie.
right
What
in
a
front
save.
of there. And that's a good save. I mean, obviously he's awkward in that situation, but he just made it like it was nothing.
Oh, what a pump.
Here we go. K-Dogs. Sending it downfield. A Prowler. Puts it up to the ceiling, and it's a good clear there. I mean, it's a double commit, but still, it's a good clear there. And K-Dogs trying to get a good play, but that's a beautiful demo there from Prowler. It's a good challenge there for Professor Pie, but K-Dogs, it's a 1v2.
Here it
Go for the
is.
demo, and he gets it.
Genius.
And
That's
he almost
the
actually
perfect
saved
play.
it. He almost
I
saved
saw
it.
that too, but it wasn't that close. This is just the perfect play. When you're 2-on-1, send someone forward for the demo, and you probably have a free goal. If you're K-Dogs, keep that on the ground, just for that reason exactly. But hey, Terrible Twos, they're storming back right now.
And That's that's the first time they've scored the first goal in this series. So props to them.
Yeah.
That's definitely momentum
Oh, no.
shifting. I think Terrible Twos have a chance to win 3 in a row here. Terrible Twos.
K-Dog's cuts are disgusting right now. And he's getting around these Not Right Gaming defenders like no problem, cutting through them like butter. You got to play a little bit tighter if you're Not Right Gaming.
Yeah, and watch out for the double commits. They were positioned really closely, allowing K-Dogs to just cut in and cut in again. I mean, cut in, cut out. Just like that. And that's a team bump, but it fakes Prowler out. And Professor Pie trying to get this middle for his teammate. Prowler denies it, and here comes Fancy with the 1v1. He wins it, but it's just off target. Can K-Dogs control
Not
this?
able to win the race. K-Dogs has
it's
been
a
all
flip.
around the ball, has been making all the right plays. And Professor Pie, he's been leading the charge on offense quite a bit, and it's resulted in some success. Got to get someone up for this now.
Prowler fakes a flip reset and gets a far post shot. That was beautiful. Well played there from Prowler.
Bouncer. I like it. Fake flip reset, get Professor Pie to bite on the read. K-Dogs is way out of his net, way out of his position, and he's able to put that far side.
And looking back on the replay, I actually think he was going for a flip reset, but didn't get his flip. So it worked out in the end, but just a really good overall recovery off that play, too.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes Professor Pie. Trying to get a shot off. K-Dogs has the ball in his hands. He is dangerous. Gets a low 50. Fancy. Tries to get a touch while getting the boost and does well with it. Now it's a 1v1. But Professor Pie comes back in just in time just to get that away. And that's a really good midfield challenge there. Here he goes. Low boost, though. He makes something happen. Prowler gets the 100, and he's trying to play this middle. Fancy nowhere to be found, and here comes K-Dogs. Here he comes. The air dribble.
Watch out.
And there it is, and it's a beautiful save.
Can't save that any better.
And
Cannot
there it
save
is.
that any better.
Is this going to be a goal all in play for Fancy? No. Oh.
Wow. what a turnaround for Not Right Gaming here. Like you cannot do any better on that save. I can't reiterate that enough. Because not only did he get the save where it hit the crossbar and didn't bounce in, and the reason why that's important is that K-Dogs was setting up perfectly for a dunk on that save, and because of the place that he put it, K-Dogs wasn't able to get the dunk. Professor Pie's not there for the follow-up, and now Prowler, it's a 2-goal lead for Not Right Gaming.
Yeah, and Professor Pie looking shaky on his kickoffs tonight, but, I mean, those are some, I feel like, and I'm going to say this now, Professor Pie's kickoff is what's leading to some goals. And, K-Dogs obviously wasn't expecting that early of a challenge from Prowler. It's a good challenge overall, but anyways, Professor Pie trying to get a shot off, but a little bit too weak, and he's trying to bait Prowler, and now it's a 1v1. We've seen this countless of times, and K-Dogs comes up big. And Fancy missing the boost there. Was going to pass off. It's a double commit from Terrible Twos, but Prowler's way out of the play. Can he get a demo off K-Dogs? No, he can't.
That was good speed by K-Dogs, but that flick was a little bit earlier than I think he would have liked to have it, and a little bit too early, too easy for the defense there, in my opinion.
And we've seen this before. It was a minute 30. They were down 3-1, and they came back, so let's see if they can do it again. I mean, obviously it's rough to do that, but
no, you definitely don't want to keep subjecting yourself to that. You want to play from the lead, obviously. You never want to play from behind, so hey, man, let's see if they have what it takes, You take it one game at a time. It got them places last game. But Not Right Gaming, they seem to be playing smarter on defense. It's going to be much harder.
And here we go. K-Dogs.
Good 50.
Pie, excuse me.
Where's K-Dogs?
It's middle. Where's K-Dogs? You have to be aggressive in this final minute. Here we go. Another pass from Professor Pie. K-Dogs. Shot is wide. And he doesn't get the boost. He's no boost. And Prowler.
That's tough.
Taking the ball. This is the opportunity for Not Right Game to waste time. You don't need another goal. Sure, keep pressure, but... And that's a beautiful dunk. K-Dogs got the save, don't get me wrong, but Prowler played that super low. And that is beautiful.
K-Dogs played it right into his 50. That's exactly what Prowler wanted. And 3-goal deficit in 44 seconds. I don't think we're going to see that twice in one series. Terrible Twos. They're going to need a miracle, Not Right Gaming. They just have to hold on 40 more seconds, and they are moving on to the playoffs.
Here comes K-Dogs. You still have 30 seconds left, not over. trying to get a flick. Professor Pie just kind of makes the jump and gets absolutely demolished by Fancy. And here
The
we
fakes,
go. The fakes are going crazy right now.
if that's what you want to call them. K-Dog's here. You
It's a good
gotta get
touch.
it in like right now. And that save is probably gonna just about do it. Not
K-Dog's
right gaming.
fighting for the win.
They kind of tossed last game, but I think they mentally reset. It's so easy when you're up 3 games to none, but they did it. They did everything they needed to do. Their execution was almost flawless at times. The times that it wasn't, let Terrible Twos back in the game. But they played an excellent series, and
there
they're
it
moving
is.
on to the playoffs.
I mean, props to them. Kind of sad we didn't see a game 7, and I didn't even get the predicting. I didn't even get the right series, dude. What the heck? But I mean, well played. Not right gaming came into this series looking fire. I mean, they just looked on fire. They looked chemistry wise perfect. Terrible twos, rough start. They tried to figure it out. They kind of figured it out. They got the game that they needed to win, but fell short in game 5, and there it is.
Well, now they got a date with the Bobcats in the Scrub Cup playoffs. You know, they've ran into that team a couple of times. They've got one excellent player and then one washed player on that team. We'll see what happens.
What team was that again? Sorry.
That's the Bobcats.
The Bobcats. I mean, I think that Wash player is obviously the best player in the world. I mean,
Oh, that doesn't make any sense.
I mean, he's not washed. He's never washed. He could take a 6-month break, come back, look better than most half the league. But I think we're gonna try and get Naughty Gaming in for an interview.
Gotta get him in here.
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
Let's see. But man, like I'm telling you, all facets of that series from Not Right Gaming. There's a few things that you could work on and build off of heading into the playoffs. Obviously, they're gonna have some time off between their next match, so they got some grinding to do to get ready. That Bobcats team, they're tough, but I think they could beat them.
I mean, I would hope that you think they could beat them, but
you know, anyone can beat anyone in this league. It's a beautiful thing about Rocket League.
It is true. I mean, you can see upsets. I mean, we saw a huge upset, and that's gonna be my first question. I'm gonna go ahead and
get these boys in here. Can you guys hear us? Hold on.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. Sweet. Go ahead, Chase.
How are you guys feeling? I mean, that's my first question. Obviously, to start with, but how are you guys feeling?
I'm kind of tired, to be honest with you.
Oh my goodness.
I was sleeping half the game.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Game 3, I gotta turn my monitor on, but we're good though.
All right.
Okay, so game. Hold on, Chase.
All right, you go
Chase.
first. You go first.
Chase, bro. All right, I gotta ask my question. All right, so it's game 2, right? And it's like I don't know, what is it? 35 seconds left. 30 seconds left. You're down 3 goals. Are you like, all right, guys, we got this, or are you kind of just like, all right, this is over?
Oh, of
like,
course. No, of course we got this. What are you talking about?
I'm gonna call cap on that one.
Though.
That's the fastest comeback I've seen in a long, long time.
And that I might say it. That might be the best comeback in RLSA history. I'm just saying. 15 seconds, 20 seconds. You guys came back from. You guys scored 4 goals, and you won in regulation. That's never been done before.
Yeah, I don't believe in overtime personally, but I don't know about.
Clearly not.
Any words about that, but.
So I have got to ask you. After the Terrible Twos won their match, they had some talking to say about you guys, and I don't exactly remember what they said, but to an extent, they were fully expecting to beat you guys.
Well, I mean,
Did you guys think you were gonna beat them?
I mean, yeah, I wasn't really too worried. They thought they were gonna beat us because they did last time, but like, I don't see much improvement. Not gonna lie.
I think you guys beat them last time, no?
Nah, we lost in game 7.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You are.
That's right, game 7. So I mean, hey, you guys have made some improvement. Yeah, you guys
ranked down to C2.
Yeah, right.
All right, I got a question for both of you, but I'll do it individually. Prowler, I'm gonna start with you. You looked perfect. I mean, defensively, offensively, obviously there's a couple mistakes happening there, but overall, you looked almost picture perfect. Can you continue to bring this on now that you're in the playoffs?
I mean, playoffs just means you gotta play better, right?
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, put in the
No
hours.
difference.
I'm
Just
I'm
gotta
I'm,
put
I'm
in the
looking forward to it,
grind,
bro.
Get in the chem. I just don't want to play you. If I play you first round, I'm gonna be a little upset. I'm not gonna lie.
Your first round matchup has been decided, but we're gonna wait till the end of the interview to reveal that. Actually, are we there
Alright.
now? Like, do you want to do that now, Chase?
No. I'm gonna talk to Fancy, and then we'll kick these guys out. They have to watch the stream. We need the Cheez-It sponsor, obviously. We need money.
Of course, of course.
So,
What about Jumanji? We forget about Jumanji.
Jumanji's out the book, man. I mean, it
Cheez-Its low-key dub though.
no, because like Cheez-Its, we
I
could work with
keto.
Cheez-Its, but like Jumanji, you have to go into all the like who made the movie. I forget who, but you have to go into that, and you got to get to Wayne the Rock Johnson somehow. I mean, I don't know.
Big cast.
Anyways, Fancy. Now I'm gonna talk about you. You looked offensively beautiful. No offense here, but defensively, it looked like Prowler was the better one there. Did you guys have a game plan for letting you do most of the offensive work? Because you had an outstanding offensive gameplay.
Not really. We just talked about it. We do both. We do equal.
We both push the
I
same
say
amount. That's what I was
yeah.
trying to
Push the
say.
same amount. Yeah, I'm slow in the
Just
mind.
kinda
So.
rotate.
I mean, hey man, you guys both played phenomenal. Congrats on the win. Any other things you want to talk about, Ashton?
Before we go, your matchup is against a team that you've only played one time before. You got a rematch with the Bobcats, who 4-0'd you in the spring main event. I heard they have a decent player and a pretty bad player on their team. I don't know who those two are, but what are you thinking about that matchup? What are your first thoughts?
Another revenge arc?
Oh my, the
Ooh.
revenge arc continues. Yeah.
Can they make an
okay.
upper bracket run? Can they?
Well, now, okay, the playoffs, it's just a bracket. There's no lower bracket. It's a best of 7 for your life now.
Single Elam.
Oh really? Dang, I'm not even up to date, bro. My bad.
You're the caster. You don't know the whole thing.
Hey man, we didn't even know who you guys were playing until like 5 minutes ago. So.
Oh, we know. Come on.
Oh, I mean, really.
All right. Well, GG's, guys. We appreciate the interview. You guys played really well. You deserve the win. I mean, outside of the one game where you tossed a 3-goal lead, don't have to talk about that. You guys you kind of handled them. I'm not gonna lie. And now they're gonna be fighting for a spot in the lower qualifiers against one of the hungry teams down there. So you guys, you're safe. You got some time off. You got a little bit of time before the next series against the Bobcats. Put in some work. We wish you guys best of luck moving forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy your night, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Well, I think that's gonna do it for tonight. I mean, what a series.
sir. Oh, yeah.
Game. I mean, we only went to 5 games, unfortunately. But still a really good series overall, offensively, and I mean that comeback. That's gonna have to be highlighted somewhere in our I'll say history, man.
Yeah, I think it's the fastest, that's definitely a record. I mean, we don't keep that record, but I guess maybe we should now. I don't know, but hey, man, impressive win from Not Right Gaming. There's not much else to say for, like we said, all facets of their game were pretty good. There's always something to build off of and to work from. And Terrible Twos, they're not out of this just yet. They're going to have a chance here, but now your matchup's going to be much, much more difficult. Now that you're in the lower qualifiers, you're going to be playing a higher seed team, either 1 or 2. I think they would end up. I think the winner of this lower qualifier, I'm not entirely sure. Let me look here. Yeah, so the winner of that are going to be playing Quantum. And of course, that's not the matchup
really?
you want in the first
Oh.
round. Not the matchup you want in the first round, to say the least.
I mean, looking forward, I mean, you don't want to play
tough,
any.
and no matter
You
where
don't
you
want to
go,
play any
yeah.
of these teams. They're all really good. I mean,
Well, yeah.
obviously, Quantum made the finals of the major last round, so they do look dangerous moving forward into this Scrub Cup finals. But I mean, Not Right Gaming, the way they've been playing in the lower bracket team, going against them. I mean, the lower bracket, we've seen upsets before. It can always happen. Against Quantum, though, we'll have to find out.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who wins that. But hey, this series is over. Go ahead and wrap this up. We appreciate everyone watching the stream today. We thank you all for attending. And once again, if you made it this far, I don't know what you're doing. Go to sleep or something.
Go to sleep, man.
We're done here.
It's not that important.
Yeah. So So we'll be back for some Group A action as well as the Group B lower first round, followed by the lower qualifiers, and then Group A is going to get kicked off this weekend. Hopefully.
Hopefully, I mean-
Hopefully sooner actually, but hey, we'll see. Announcements, of course, in the Discord for all of our future streams. We appreciate all you guys, and we'll see you guys